it's the Midnight Ribbon, and today I want to talk to you about weddings. So, I've been engaged for 12 long years, and over the years I have mentioned on many occasions, both online and in my real life, that I would love to get married at Whitwell and Reepham railway station, which has newly become an actual wedding venue over the last couple of years. A lot of people have asked me, well, what is Whitwell and Reepham and what kind of things do they do? So today I'm going to show you Whitwell and Reepham and what they actually do. So on my last visit to Whitwell and Reepham station, I managed to pick up this, and this is their wedding folder, which tells you everything about what they offer. Now, Whitwell and Reepham is a quiet little town. It's two different little villages, one being Whitwell, which is the station. Reepham is actually a little village. They haven't done weddings for very long. This is like a new kind of thing. They've only been in business 2 or 3 years, I believe. It's very, very small. But since my partner mentioned that they did weddings, and since we have gone to Whitwell and Reepham station quite a lot and even stayed there on weekends before, I wanted to share it with you and show that even a tiny little venue has so much to offer, and it is unique because they have some really unique things at this place. So I'm going to show you their package. I don't get anything from you booking a wedding there. It's just me showing you what they have to offer, and hopefully I'm going to get married here someday as well. So that would be awesome as well. So let's take a look at their pack. So the Whitwell and Reepham station itself, this is one of the station houses, and this is the main, basically the main reception. Congratulations on forthcoming wedding. Set along the tranquil Marriott's Way, Whitwell and Reepham station provide the perfect venue for your special day. We are here to make sure that your day is special and tailor-made for a unique wedding. Arriving by steam train or enjoying the beautiful enclosed garden. So that's pretty cool. They then have the unique space. So that is basically the idea of your wedding. So it looks like this. It says, a full package of character and charm. Whitwell Station is in a wonderful setting with our station house and siding function rooms offering the perfect amount of space for both small intimate weddings or a large guest wedding. So the station building, which is the newly furbished station building, is perfect for the more intimate feel. With the library room offering a quiet space for couples to sign the register, the station can occupy up to 45 guests for the ceremony. So they can do a very small wedding, which is in this tiny little room there. Or they could do a bigger wedding, which is in the sidings function room, which is where you can exchange both your vows and your reception, and the room is fully equipped to cater for up to 120 people for a seated meal, and it also has its own bar. It's decorated to exactly how you imagined it to look. It's in like a giant white marquee, but it's an indoor white marquee, which is kind of cool. Then they also have the garden. So the garden operates a unique backdrop, offering you a dual wedding venue as well. With your ceremony in the garden followed by signing the register in the library room, your guests can also watch you whistle by on train. So I will explain more about the train in a minute. That looks like that. So the wedding package itself can look like this. So this is the back garden where you can have the wedding. So the wedding package, what's included in your wedding package? So the wedding package includes the reception room hire, your choice of menus, assistance with room decoration, assistance from your wedding coordinator, appropriate tables, linens, crockery, and use of a cake knife. So the venue hire, ceremony, and reception packages. Now I got this book last year, so it's a possibility they have slightly changed. So the ceremony in the station house is £300. The wedding in the garden, followed by the signing of the register in the house library, is £400. You can have the ceremony and the reception in the station house for £800. You can have the ceremony in the garden followed by the signing the register in the station house, with the reception in the sidings function room for £1,000, or the station house as your ceremony room, and the sidings function room for your reception with the use of the garden is £1,200. So basically you could have the entire venue for £1,200. That's the station house and the sidings, and you also get the garden. So it can range from £300 for just the ceremony in the station house, and then you have your reception elsewhere, to having a reception here as well and in the station house for £800, or you get access to the garden, the reception and the station house all for £1,200. And these were prices as of last year. So it's a really affordable place to have a wedding. If you're like me and you're working on a tight budget, it is really cool. So if you did want to have your wedding there, you could have a wedding breakfast. Now, a lot of couples have a wedding breakfast nowadays. You get a choice of Pimm's, bottled beer or orange juice to welcome your guests, a glass of house wine with your meal, and Prosecco to toast the bride and groom. So the wedding breakfast was £50 per person as of last year, and you have a choice of starter, main and dessert, and also, like it says, you can have beer or juice or wine. So you select one starter, one main and one dessert. And last year the soups were courgette, homemade chicken liver pate, smoked chicken on avocado salad, trio of melon with raspberry coulis and smoked salmon parcels. For me, I'd have probably gone with a soup. You've got cream of tomato, you've got Stilton and celery, you've got courgette and watercress, and you've got fresh cream of asparagus. For me, soup would have been the top bill. The mains, you've got grilled chicken supreme, half a Norfolk duckling, roast ribeye, which would have probably been what we'd have gone for. The rose Norset of English lamb and the seared salmon fillet, which is pretty cool. And then for dessert, you've got cheesecake with double cream, Irish chocolate coffee cake, torte au citron with double cream, profiteroles with chocolate sauce, apple strudel and double cream, and self-service tea and coffee. They also have range for vegetarians and any other special requirements. So the wedding breakfast was £50, and that's basically 3 courses, and plus you get your Pimm's or your juice or your wine, which is pretty cool. That's £50 wedding breakfast. So not everyone has a wedding breakfast, I must say. It's not like a big thing. Then if you want a day celebration or an evening buffet, so the day celebration, canopies were charged at £150 per person, and you can have a drinks reception of canapes, desserts as well. Afternoon tea was £45 per person. So it is quite expensive to have a wedding here, depending on what you have, food-wise. A choice of Pimm's or bottled again, and then you get house wine to toast the bride and groom. You can then select some of the 3 sandwiches, 2 savouries and 2 cakes from the following. So you can have scones with clotted cream, jam and cheese, sandwiches like roast beef, egg mayonnaise, cucumber, pickle, matured cheddar. Then your savouries, you've got mini pork pies, feta cheese ham parcels, asparagus rolls, or prawn banquets. Then for cakes, you've got gooey chocolate cake, Victoria sponge, fruit cake, coffee cake, and walnut cake. And then you've got self-service tea and coffee, and that is £45 per person. So it's basically afternoon tea. Or you could have an evening buffet. So if you want to have evening buffet, the evening buffet is cocktail buffet from £15 per person. You can have a fork buffet, which is hot food, and that's £18 per person. Desserts are £5 per person with 2 options. You can add a light cheese board from £8 per person. I love. You can get fresh cut fruit platter, which is £5 per person. You can have a barbecue, which is £6.50 per person. Or you can have pizzas, which are £8 for 12 inches. And then you can add toppings for 50p. Now for me, I think I'd have probably had either the cocktail buffet or the fork buffet at £18 per person. and then I'd have probably put a couple of cheese boards in there and maybe a couple of desserts. Depending on how many people you have. It depends on your wedding. So that was that, and the idea is that it looks like this, which looks pretty cool. I don't like the straight lines. I would rather have them grouped. It feels more like family like then, and this is the style of food they do. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. Absolutely love the place. Now, if you're wondering what is so special about Whitwell and Reepham, it's the added touches to their weddings. So, the added touches come on this separate sheet, and they're little extra little things that they can do for you. Now, with it being a steam train place, you can arrive on the footplate of the guard's van of a steam engine for £500, which is what I want. I want to arrive by steam train. You can arrive on a diesel train on the footplate for 150. Now, people might say, well, why don't you go for the diesel train? Now, that is a long story, but steam is always best. I'm not a fan of the diesel. You can have chair covers from £2.50 per chair. Their chairs are okay, but not the best in the world. You can have a DJ or a DJ supplying all the music and light that you require from £250, which isn't that bad. You can camp on their site. Above where the station is, they have a whole campsite. And you can camp your tent there for £7 a night. So if you get guests that come to the wedding and get a little bit hammered, they can park their caravan there overnight. It's less than 2 minutes walk, and it's only £7 a pitch per night. So if you have a caravan and you're a little bit drunk, you can stay there. They can do breakfast to the campers as well, which are £5 per person. So the day after the wedding, if you're feeling a little bit rough and you want a breakfast before you set off, they can do a photographer from £200, which is pretty good value. They've got suitcase display and card box, hire for £20. I'm not exactly sure what that means. You can have a candy cart from £70, which isn't a bad price either. You can have corked wine at £7 a bottle or sparkling at £9 a bottle. And these prices were as of last year. And you can also have a minibus hire from £100. So say if you were having your wedding ceremony there, but you weren't having the reception, you can hire a minibus to take your guests to and from wherever else you're having your reception. And then obviously you have loads of terms and conditions. Terms and conditions being that prices are subject to change and they're only valid for a year. So everything I've told you is only valid for 1 year. If you then wanted to check them, you would have to go on their website and check for more up to date. You have to give a deposit as well. Cancellation, you have to notify them, obviously. Outside caterers are allowed, but must be approved by Whitwell Station. Full terms and conditions, obviously. Charge of £100 for the wedding, breakfast, day and ceremony will be applied for the use of outside caterers. So if you want to use outside catering, they don't mind you using it, but it will cost you extra. If the client would like the steam engine, this is only available until 7 PM or 1 hour before dusk. No discounts are given for part use. So if you don't use the train and you pay for it, that's your fault. For use of the DJ, you have to give a deposit, and the same for the buffet. We can only leave food out for so long. Regulations is 2 hours. So if you go for your buffet food options, you have a 2-hour window. So it goes like that. The ceremony could look like this. So it is a fairly big place, and then you have the bar at the back, and it has like these it's like an indoor marquee, and they can cover the chairs and everything and make it look all good. So it is a really cute place. You can arrive, like I said, by steam train right there, and you can have your wedding party come on there. Pretty cool. So that is Whitwell and Reepham's wedding package. These are dates as of last year. So if you want to check out their site and find out the up-to-date dates and prices, you can do. So this is a really cool, unique place to have a wedding. I intend to get married there at some point, God willing. But it is a lovely wedding place. I hope to find some more wedding venues to show you. But this one is kind of special to me because it's where I'd like to get married eventually. Like I said, the prices in here are from last year. You'll need to check their website for more up-to-date details, but I just wanted to showcase the place and what it had to offer. So if you like this video and love to like and subscribe to me, give me a big thumbs up, and I'll see you very soon for another video. Take care, thanks for watching. Bye.